like that. It's a lot of money, why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello? That's the jag calling. Let me click over real quick to let my jag talk it. I eat, ooh, Pac-Man. That's the way my neck talking. I ain't never coming back. The way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad. But I'm past that with a NASDAQ. That's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go. You don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit. I'm glad when the check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like who's that?
Hey, folks, I'm your host, the coach. It's game time. It's Ultimate Team. It doesn't get any better than this. For this next challenge, you need to complete all the challenge goals to get the win. You can view the goals at any time from the pause menu. Let's join this one already in progress. Here's Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. We jump into this challenge in the third quarter with 4 minutes to go. You've got a 14-point lead. Your opponent has the ball on their own 25 as we get set here, 1st and 10. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. Not the results you wanted, but the good news, practice makes perfect. We'll see you again, right? The Patriot offense set to go as they've got it 1st and 10. Brady now on 1st down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Brady. And he's got Edelman for the first time. That's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Now, how many times have we seen that? 3rd down and Tom Brady turning to old reliable Julian Edelman. Of course, no Rob Gronkowski now. Edelman, the main holdover, the 33-year-old who was a Super Bowl. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Too bad. And the offense readies for a 1st down and 10. They'll run it here. This is James White. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 41.
From the 41, Brady. And Austin Safarian-Jenkins has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
1st down, here's White. Accelerating, and off he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Well, unfortunately, not the result that you were looking. And now the offense getting set, 1st and 10.
I'm going back to you.
They go play action for White. Now it's Brady. And it's hauled in by Ben Watson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now a play fake. Brady Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
When I watch
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to South Florida at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Right there. 180! Right there. 54 miles. It's been a long day for you.
Fitzpatrick now to throw on first down. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Right up. The bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Ready? Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Faking the give to Drake, now Rosen. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. So an early wake-up call there leads to a quick second and long. A first carry for Kenyon Drake. A broken tackle on the run, and then just on the other side of midfield, they get to it. 8 yards on the run there, and that trims it to a 3rd and 11 coming up.
That's a gain of 8.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
Hey, alert, alert. Right there. 54, right there. Hey, foxtrot.
From the gun, it's Rosen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 27-yard line.
Brandon, unless my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, it's the second time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of adjust.
Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. He was looking that time for Stills. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Following the interception, Cousins. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Eric Rowe that time able to knock that pass away.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On second down, Cousins again. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
A first carry for a Miami native. This is Dalvin Cook. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
First down, Vikings.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 48-yard line. Cousins to throw it. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
The throw here caught by Devontae Parker. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
It's a gain of 14 yards. And the Dolphins, first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On first down, Drake. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Check three. Check nine.
Now Rosen. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 24-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. He's at the 50. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line. He was looking for Parker that time.
Here we go.
First down, here's the run with Cook. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, Cook. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after one on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Cousins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
A 2nd down throw for Cousins. Pretty move. And complete right side to Cook. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the Dolphins' 11-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Cousins gives way to Cook. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
Let's go, defense. Here we go.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Rosen and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll start the drive with Drake. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Off the play fake. Here's Rosen. Going up top. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
No, hey, alert.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. He's going to air one out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Come on, now, let's go. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. On the ground, it's Cook. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. A big play there out of Cook. 49 yards. And you hear it all the time, but that's one of the dangers of the blitz. You get past that first wave, nobody else is there.
And when teams blitz, what they're trying to do is make you lose your poise, lose your timing and your tempo. But when you hold it together, you can really hurt them the other way, getting past that first wave.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do. 11
more yards that go around, a first down as well. They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive. And how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes the score 7-0. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant, and it's third down.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Middle.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down. Here's Matt Hawk now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. First down. Here's Cousins. And he's going to go down in the end zone. Cousins taken down for the safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive? And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
At the 45-yard line.
Check with the 9. Here we go.
Cousins on 1st down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, but it'll be 2nd down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that, but if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
Hey, Steven. Hey, check right 47. Check right 47. Hey, that's what I do.
3rd and long for Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kiko Alonso. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Now it's Rosen. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And he will be marked out right there at the 20-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. He's picked off at his own 46. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he's taken down inside the 30. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Running, it's Drake. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And now it's Rosen looking. And it's caught. And he will not make it to the goal line here. So they'll be unable to bump this lead up to a field goal as it remains a 1-point game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Dances by him. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. Well, a pretty move couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They go play action. Cousins. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Kiko Alonso coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
You can't stop me.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And we're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. Here comes Grant on the return. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it'll be Dolphin football. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Give me that ball, defense.
On first down, it's Rosen. On the left side, this is Stills. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally. To throw is Rosen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Hey, Charlie. 54, Mike. Let's go.
They'll run with Drake. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rosen eluding the pressure right. And throw right side complete to Parker. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 20-yard line.
That's another Dolphins first down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Rosen on 1st and 10. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rosen. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. They want to go to the air again with Rosen. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. Stills the intended target. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8 at the 25-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing, Cousins. He'll find Thielen work in the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Cousins now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. From the gun, here's Cousins. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. They come out here in the I. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They try again with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Here's Cousins. Broken tackle. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone.
Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now Drake. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
He's back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Rosen to throw. And that will be incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Let's see what you got. Chance. Big dead. Check.
They'll try and throw for it with Rosen. And Wilson has it. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
Oh, that's a big pickup right there. That play might have saved them. Now they got to get up to the line of scrimmage quick. They've got to spike it.
He'll look to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Right there on the coverage to knock that ball away was Mike Hughes. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, exit.
Here's Rosen. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up in that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
It's now 4th down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, Delta. Mike 55. Watch your slack.
They're going on 4th down. Rosen. And he finds Stills complete. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
That's another Dolphins 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Mike 55. Mike 55. Mike. Hey, alert. You better be afraid of me. Check 99.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over.